Aman Kumar, gs1, total score 180, 69 bpsc. Question 1. Indian Council Act 1892. The Indian Council Act 1892 was part of carrot and stick strategy of Britishers. Salient feature of 1892: increased strength of members in Central Legislative Council. Now discussion on budget was allowed later through subsequent acts. Questions were also allowed to ask. Legislative route to Swaraj. Significance: one of the success of early moderates. Prepared growth for next constitutional amendment reform of 1900. Antagonist extremists. Hence, IC 1892 came a long way in Indian national movement. Santhal uprising. Santhal uprising was one of the vigorous tribal revolt in Bengal Presidency, year 1885. Leader Sidhu Kanu placed Damini Ko, Rajmahal Hill, Bhagalpur. Causes: incursion of moneylenders, economic exploitation, breaking of old agrarian order. Course: peaceful march to Legislative Assembly. Fired, opened, 15,000 Santhal died. Slowly movement died down. Consequence: between better organization by Santhal later. Land right recognized. Bengal Tenancy Act 1885. Ultimately, recognition in to Jharkhand was major step. Champaran Satyagraha. Satyagraha was first civil disobedience movement of Bihar and India, which changed the course of national movement. Facts: year 1917, East Champaran, leader Gandhiji, supported by Rajkumar Shukla, Rajendra Prasad etc. Status: successful. Causes: indigo exploitation, forced labor, agrarian issue. Cause: course: 1916 Lucknow session. Invite to Gandhi, Champaran Agrarian Committee, Champaran Agrarian Act. Consequence: 25% compensation. Joining of Bihar to Indian national movement. Hence, it showed British success is linked to national success. Art and culture of Mauryan period. Mauryan period 4th to 2nd century was first BC was first major empire to rule over most of India. Art and architecture: Mauryan art, court art, palace, pillar, stupa, PPS. Popular art: canvas, sculpture, pottery, CPS by Nitin Sangwan. Palace: 18 pillar hall, Kumra, use of wood, pillar. South Buddhist ideology: stupa, 84,000 made by Asoka. Caves for Ajivikas by Dasarath and Asoka. Nagarjun cave. Pottery, sculpture, Didarganj, Yakshani. Hence, it provided new phase of art and architecture. Cave painting of Eastern India. Painting is a way to express ourselves. Since Neolithic phase, painting has been famous. Type of painting: mural and manuscript. Mural cave painting of Eastern India. Baravar and Nagarjuna, Kharwel and Hathigupa, cave painting by Pala. Colorful expression of dance, etc. Symbolic figure use of lines and curves which help us create many archaeological evidence. Evaluate the Champaran Indigo movement and explain its impact on the Indian freedom struggle. What was done in Champaran was it reaped the larger scale in India, repeated at the larger scale in Indian national movement. Rajendra Prasad. Bihar and India are still not over the warmth of Champaran movement that would not only change the fate of Gandhiji's or Bihar but whole of India. Force of Champaran movement. Force: violent causes. Violence against farmer. Exploitive indigo farming by British planters. No better price of farmer. Forced labor. Cause of Champaran movement. Lucknow session by Ambika Chandrayudha in 1916. Rajkumar Shukla met Gandhi and explained problem. Gandhi comes to Motihari with comrades in 1917. Edward Gate detains Gandhi, later released. First phase of success. Champaran Agrarian Committee formed. Gandhi became member of it. Movement joined by peasants leaders like Rajendra Prasad, Nugla Narayan Singh, etc. Committee report came and passing of Champaran Agrarian Act, a 25% of compensation into malpractice. Constructive program done by Gandhiji. Evaluation: first application of civil disobedience movement in India. It was first occasion when this struggle inspired by Rosu was applied to India with major success. Joining of Bihar's unrest to Indian national movement before Champaran, many events like 1815 civil revolt after tribal uprising like Munda revolt happened, but this marked the joining of Bihar's movement to the that of nation. Major into exploitation of indigo planters. Before this indigo revolt 1859 had happened in Bengal, but this was like the nail in coffin. Social support of all section, farmer, intellectuals, workers all participated in this. Constructive program by Gandhiji opened first school in Badhawas, saw the problem of women. Hence, Champaran can be evaluated as the successful exploration and a great movement with various impacts on Indian freedom struggle which would go for more than 30 years. It had following impacts. Beginning of Gandhi's phase of Indian national movement, he was recognized as undisputed leader. Prepared ground for Kheda Andolan Ahmedabad mill strike and ultimately non-cooperation movement in which Bihar also participated brought the importance of constructive program and role of women, created new ground for leaders belonging to Bihar like Rajendra Babu, and ultimately it resulted in winning of Gandhian dream of Swaraj in 1947. Critically examine the contribution of moderate phase of the Indian National Congress movement. Indian National Congress can be referred as Grand Old Party of India, which was went through various phases, many leadership and varied goals, but broadly it can be categorized into two phases: moderate phase 1885 to 1900 and extreme phase 1900 to 1915. After these phases, under the leadership of Gandhi, an altogether different Gandhian phase started. Before understanding the moderate phase, we need to see facts related to formation. Year of formation 1885, founder A.O. Hume, retired civil servants. First President W.C. Banerjee, area of activity Bombay. Silent feature of moderate phase, ideology of modernism, not moderatism, not belief in agitation but constitutional methods. 3P theory, prayer, petition, protest. Had faith in British sense of justice. They saw Britishers' white man's burden as holy, proselytifying mission. Blinded in believed in evolution rather than revolution. Demo, demo by moderate leaders like Gokhale, Rasbihari Ghosh, etc. Achievements, legislative initiatives. Indian Council Act of 1882 was very significant. 1. In giving many parliamentary power. Political education of masses. According to Gopal Krishna Gokhale, the letter written by us to the Britishers is not for them only but to masses. What issues related to education, women, etc. in mainstream. Raised issue of conduct of ICS exam in India. Pioneer of social religious movement. Indian Social Conference by Mahatma Ranade failures failed to attract masses and youth power. Arvind Ghosh said, Swaraj is not developed on INC's pandal, became part of characteristic strategy of British, limited itself to the causes of upper class, absence of women leader. Criticized by even British sirs, Curzon said them have dual face. Political analysis can't ignore their evil support to national movement. They prepared sufficient ground for next phase of INC. Legislative reforms goes a long way in improving relation. They had Swaraj in their minds. 1906 session, Dadabhai Naroji said Swaraj as a goal. They were realistic and trial of time. To conclude, we can quote C.F. Andrews' safety valve theory, which provided a platform. They kept the spirit high. In the words of them only, we are at a time when our failures are more than success, but we would see the Swaraj soon.